Well, let's get started. Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. If this is the first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get a notification every single time that I post a video and I post every single week. Today I'm going to give you my first review of the first episode of American Horror Story Season 2. This first episode it's called Dollhouse and it's quite literal since it's about a real life-size dollhouse and a madman, being pretty honest. Now this review is going to contain major spoilers of the episode. If you're just interested in my general opinion on the plot and if this was worth it, on the description box down below you're going to find my spoiler-free review because I like to give you guys the two options. But given the little talk and disclaimer ahead, let's get into the video. To give you the official plot of this episode, Dollhouse, it's about a job interview that goes horribly wrong. Now the episode starts on 1961 with a girl named Kobe. She gets to an interview on this toy factory, but she didn't get the job. Instead, she's kidnapped by the owner who wants to make her a real life doll. But we learn that he has other women, and essentially what he wants is to create the perfect mother for his son and the perfect wife for him, but like a doll. We can assume that because he makes toys and his boy likes to play with dolls, then that's the main reason why he wants to create them as actual dolls. So we see Kobe, they need to pass 3 tests and also get the boy's affection and attention enough so that they can win. And being completely honest, this episode was kind of predictable since Kobe wins. She gets some failures on the first 2 tests, but still she's not get killed since the only way to get out of the house is because you get killed or because, well, you won't get out if you win, but you're going to live. But she makes mistakes, but she's not killed. Instead, she's punished. And she's getting the child's affection to the point that he tells her, I want you to win and I want you to be my mom. Of course, she's playing the part, but she also at the same time is taking some type of interest and she believes that the kid is important. So they made a plan to escape the house, but she doesn't want to leave the kid. So she risks her life for this kid and gets back to the house to find the kid. But she gets found out by the owner and they kill the other girls that were left on the dollhouse and she wins. Essentially Kobe wins, something that, like I said, it was expected. I was expecting her to win. Now she has a gift. She can do magic, but from the moment that she started, like, she's a witch. We're on the 60s. She said to the kid that she left her house and she never showed the gift to anyone, that she thought that she will be punished in the church. And essentially I thought first of asylum. It could fit that maybe something similar to her, that similar to what happened in asylum could happen to her. It wouldn't have been a surprise. But she wins and she gets this mold of porcelain and she's now the full-size doll. And she, instead of just wearing a mask that they had to wear with the costume of dolls, now she's like full. She almost can't move, she can talk, but she's alive. And the last 5 minutes, it's when plot twist and everything is revealed. 2 witches appear on the house, and I think that by now we know from where they are coming. And they take her because they are telling her your spells were too weak, but we were finally able to find you. But she takes the kid with her. And now when they get to the house, although we're not seeing it completely, we know which house it is. And this is when it clicks. The kid likes dolls, and now he's going to be living in Miss Ravishaw's Academy for Exceptional Young Ladies. And if you watch Coven, you know there's only be a man that has lived in the house before and that loves dolls. He needs to change his name to his middle name, and now he will be called Spaulding. I loved this, especially for the fact that Dennis O'Hare, who plays the toys factory owner and the dad, plays Spaulding in Coven. So I thought that was a really good connection, if you want to call it that way. And although it was predictable, also Myrtle appears at the end and she is greeting Spaulding to the academy and they get into the house. And that's essentially how it ends. Now, although I am not the biggest fan, something that I said on my reaction to the trailer, I want separation between the American Horror Story universe with this one. At the same time, I am glad that they did it so smoothly, subtle, and it didn't took away the essence of the episode, and the story is not the same with the first two episodes and the seventh of the first season of American Horror Stories, that they revolve around murder house and they essentially ruin the whole story in the background of the murder house to the point that they burn it to the ground. Something that I didn't like and I wasn't happy about it. But in this case, although it was predictable and you kind of click it, I still enjoy it very much, and I like it that twist at the ending. And you don't need to have watched Coven, but definitely if you have watched it, you're going to understand them more quickly and it's going to hit different. But maybe this episode will be a hint or introduction to you to what Coven it is. That is the third season of American Horror Story, in my personal, my favorite. So if you want to watch that, now you can do it. It's available also on Hulu, just like this episode. In case that I didn't say it, I didn't at the beginning. These episodes are only available on Hulu. They aren't airing on cable, on Fox, like American Horror Story. This one is just on the Hulu streaming platform. But in essence, I will give this episode a 7 out of 10. I found it pretty enjoyable, although predictable. It's 43 minutes long, so I think that is the right time. But I really enjoyed this one, and kind of gives me hope that maybe this season could be a little bit better, since I really felt the essence of American Horror Story in this one. Like, I really feel like this season can be better. But well, I think that this is all I know is pretty quickly, but the reality is that there's not really much details to give or nothing too deep to talk about. Just that I enjoyed this episode, I am happy about it, and I like it, the twist at the end. Well, if you watch it, let me know what you thought, or maybe you're planning on watching it. Do you watch season 1, and maybe you think that this will not be worth it? I think that you should give it a try. At least the first episode. We don't know, of course, the rest of the other ones, but by the trailer, this season looks way better. Well, this is all for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys on my next video. Bye.